Well, welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer YouTube channel, and today's headline news, we're not top of the Bundesliga anymore. No, we got absolutely thrashed by Eintracht Frankfurt. So let's go and see what's been going on. So the longer I play this game, the longer I get more frustrated by it. I really don't understand. Bayern Munich at the moment are obviously classed as an elite club. They are now top of the Bundesliga, but this steamroller in teams 4-0, 5-0, and I don't really understand it because, you know, I mean, you can see here Hertha Berlin. This is the first game I played off camera. Hertha Berlin. We had a brilliant game in that one. All the passing was really crisp. We scored 5 goals. We won 5-2. Brilliant performance, and I thought, right, this team now is really, really gelling. And then we played Eintracht Frankfurt, who are kind of below or were below mid-table. And we got absolutely battered 4-1. And more about this result in a second. The eagle-eyed amongst you will have seen that this Champions League knockout game has been drawn. And we have been drawn against Copenhagen. We played the away game already. It was a 1-1. So we're nicely placed to go into the, into the knockout stages proper. Then we played Heidenheim, this team who have just been promoted to the Bundesliga, beat them 7-0. I mean, anyway, again, more about the Eintracht Frankfurt game in a second. Very, very interesting stuff coming up. So don't turn off because I've got a lot to say about it. So today we're going to watch the return leg against Copenhagen at home, and probably going to play the Freiburg game off camera. And then we've got a DFB Pokal quarter-final game against Hamburg. It is away from home, but we need to win that, get through the semi-finals. But the way the game's playing at the moment, I'm not sure. So let's get into it. Now, a while ago, one of my kind of regular commenters, Alex, I think his PC is broken at the moment, so I don't know whether he's online or not, but he was a very regular commenter to my channel. And he brought to my attention, I think it was somebody called Aussie Villain, and he said, just watch this is really interesting. So I went and had a look at it, and basically what happened in the game was, the game was flowing, and like it normally does. I think he was on key highlights and all that kind of thing. The game was flowing, and then all of a sudden there seemed to be a little bit of a glitch, and there was a section of the game shown where an offside for his opposition team that day, an offside, and the goal was disallowed. And he actually showed it. I don't know how to do that. So I'm talking about now about the Eintracht Frankfurt game. I don't know how to do that, but he actually showed what was happening, and he showed it in real time. So so to continue that story, he kind of looked very, very puzzled, and he was like, oh, I don't know what's happening here. What's going on? We've not actually seen the goal that the offside has been given for, but... So anyway, the game then went on for another 10-12 seconds, and then the goal was scored, and then the replay came back in, which we'd seen 10-12 seconds before, and the goal was given offside. And of course, you then start, I mean, Alex at the time said, this is very, very, I mean, it's not right, is it? Because if 10 or 12 seconds of the game goes by, and the game knows what it's going to do, then you could, in that 10 or 12 seconds, be making changes to your lineup, your tactic, whatever. And actually, they're not going to make any difference, are they? So I thought, well, okay, fine, it's one person in the world who, it's glitched and whatever. Anyway, the same thing has just happened to me. The Eintracht Frankfurt game, it was 2-1 to Eintracht Frankfurt. And I think we were attacking. And then it seemed to there's like a little glitch or something, and the ball was at the other end. The offside lines were being shown. The ball was in the back of the net, and then it came up immediately. Goal disallowed. And I thought, oh, what's going on here? But immediately in my head I thought, this Aussie Villain thing, maybe I'm getting the same thing. And it was exactly that. because the game then went back to how it would be, and Eintracht Frankfurt then picked the ball up in their own half and then moved the ball forward, brought it out onto the left wing, slid it into the centre where the two strikers were both offside. The ball's in the back of the net, the lines come up. Yes, it's off. We already know that because it's already been shown. Do I need to say any more? My patience with this game is wearing very, very, very thin. Okay, I'm not going to say any more on the matter. I'll leave you to make your minds up on that. You know, feel free. Whether it's still on there, I don't know. Feel free. I think his name is Aussie Villain, and he plays Football Manager. He's a YouTube content creator. Go and have a look at that. But it has just happened to me, and unfortunately, I don't know how to recreate that. I've gone back in there and I've watched the goals, but it doesn't show that glitch. But believe me, it happened. Okay, back to reality? Non-reality? I don't know. I'm lost for words at this moment in time. And believe me, again, that takes some doing. I'm not called the Gobby Gaffer for nothing. If I'm lost for words, then... So today we're going to watch the Champions League knockout game against Copenhagen, and then we're going to watch the quarter-final of the DFB Pokal. So let's get stuck straight in, actually, and chin up, keep smiling and all of that kind of good stuff, because believe me, in this game, you need it. If you want a good watch, go and watch Old Man Phil. Because Old Man Phil's intro is brilliant. And he actually says in it, if you love to see people suffering playing this game, then you're in the right place. And that is exactly, I mean, if I could pinch that, I would do for the beginning of mine. Because that sentiment I echo massively. Let's get stuck into the dugout. Well, welcome to the dugout for this really important game, because if we can win this game, it takes us through to the knockout stage of the Champions League. More money helps the finances of the club and helps me as a manager, because the better state the finances are in, the more money the board are likely to give me in the transfer window. So this is a really important game for us. Like I said before, we ain't going to win the Champions League, but the further we can get in and the more money we can accumulate, then it's all to the, you know, the good of the club and the structure and everything. So the team for today is Simon in goal, back four of Nets, Schürz, Bayer and Fresneda. Pavlovic is very, very tired. So Bayer, my backup centre-back, we spoke about that in the last episode. He's coming today. Esposito, deep line playmaker, he's on a fitness. So we have got one or two niggling injuries and tiredness in the camp at the moment. Pabiga and Koku are the two centre midfield players. Mudric and Collado are the wingers, with Leonardo up front. So we're looking for a very good performance today, and we do need to hit the ground running. I always say that. I mean, we kind of need to win every game, really, don't we? But particularly in the Bundesliga. But Copenhagen do get the first highlight there, and it's a wild shot that looks like was... it was tipped-toed by the goalkeeper then. It's another Copenhagen corner again. Schürz manages to get his head on that. I've swapped him over today. He's the ball-playing defender with the absence of Pavlovic. And the ball is put out there. 5 minutes on the clock. And Copenhagen have had much the better of the game. Esposito, however, was on a fitness leading up to the game and is now injured. So that isn't ideal. So I think we're going to have to bring Neuhaus on for him. And we have an injury within the first 10 minutes. That is far from ideal. So I think I'm going to give the lads a little bit of a shout at the moment. Going to give them a bit of encouragement. I mean, the form in the AI at the moment is... I don't know whether I've ever seen form like this, where you win a game 5-2, you get battered 4-1, you come back and win 7-0. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it in Football Manager before, but it's very, very strange. Anyway, we do have a throw-in over on that side, and Nets plays the ball back. We're looking a little bit disjointed in this game, so we do need to try and put the afterburners on a little bit, and Mudryk there, uncharacteristic, looked like he was going to give the ball away. That's hit the frame of the goal, and we're denied. We denied our first goal. So bobbing onto the half-hour mark now. We do seem to be turning the screw a little bit now, which is a bit nicer to see. Nets with the ball there. Back to Shears playing on this left-hand side this time. We used to see him on the right side of the defence. Now House ball over the top. We can't get anything onto that. A little fancy jump there from, I think that was that Collado or Tete on that side. But Copenhagen now swing the ball out onto this side here. The ball is put through, and that is... And one of the things that's not helped us is our goalkeeper has been injured, and he's been on a fitness for a couple of games. The injury wasn't bad. As you can see there, he's let a goal in there. We're losing 1-0, and Dennis Simon would probably normally have saved that. So Copenhagen have come here, and the tails are up, and they're looking as though they want to take this game to us. So we're going to have to give them a demand more now. We're now in a position where we're going out of the Champions League at this knockout stage to a 3.5-star team. Not ideal, really. But Mudryk's in. Mudryk puts the ball in the back of the net. I don't think that one's going to get flagged off. He looked okay to me. Referee, no need to have any rummaging for your whistle. It wouldn't surprise me if he got... No, it's awarded. It's 1-1. We're back in the game. So just after the half-hour mark, Mudryk comes in. He's been absolutely brilliant for us. If I had the money, I would definitely go out and sign him in the summer. The fans want him. The assistant manager wants him. Everybody wants Mudryk. I think they're going to have a whip round because he's not a cheap player. Anyway, we're back on the... we're half-time. Very, very nearly approaching now. Pabiga, ball there to Mudryk. Ball over the top. Doesn't reach a white shirt, and now Copenhagen are breaking. Now we've pushed everybody forward, and now we're struggling to get back, but Simon makes a really good save. The corner now is going to come in. This is surely going to be the last action of the first half. The ball is headed out, and it's Koku there who nips in smartly and comes away with the ball. But we have given the ball away again, and I'm not quite sure how we stop that. And we're into half time, so I'm going to give the lads a fleander here. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen with this team. A little bit of a change second half. We are going to have to go for this game now, so Glock has come on as an advanced playmaker. Leonardo is very right-footed, so I've moved him over a little bit. Hopefully Glock is on an attacking mentality. Hopefully he can get into the penalty area. But let's see what happens in the second half. And we're underway. We're on an attacking mentality there. We're going to give them another shout. I think we're going to give them an encouraging shout. Let's see if we can motivate these lads. I really don't want extra time at the moment. We're playing far too many games as it is, and we've got a lot of tiredness in the camp. But there we go again. But Jordan Bayer does pick the ball up nicely. Glock gives the ball away again. So we're back to square one. Can anybody put the foot on the ball and keep hold of the ball? Okay, Dennis Simon's coming out. He thinks he's a midfielder. Fresneda, ball forward. We need this to be nice and precise. You've got a man free on the left-hand side. Well, we're not using him. Koku now, ball forward. Nicely on the inside of the full-back, Fresneda. And the ball just skims the outside of the post. And we denied that second goal that would put us in the lead. Nets now with the corner. We don't get ahead on that ball. It comes back out to Nets. He's bursting into the penalty area there. And that looked like a corner to me, but obviously not. Throw-in with Nets. Nets is turning into an absolutely terrific player. That left-hand side, and we've hit the post again. That left-hand side of our team is pretty lethal with Nets and Mudryk raiding down there. But then Collado is very, very good on this right-hand side. And we've got what could be a winner. 62 minutes on the clock. And that was an absolutely brilliant goal. Collado, beautiful work in the penalty area. And Koku is there just to slam the ball into the back of the net. That's a lovely ball over the top to Collado. And Koku just nearly burst the net with that one. So we're actually now in the lead. We're going to go back to a balanced mentality. I'm going to give him a little bit of praise. That can be a little bit dangerous sometimes. Great tackle there, but as per usual, Football Manager, you don't come out with the ball. But we have won it. Koku there, having a really good game in that midfield. And Pabiga, that was a poor ball. Maybe tiredness there. Please, can we not? The one time you don't want to give a goal away is when you've just scored, and we've just done that. Oh. Okay, 73 minutes on the clock. Far from happy with what's going on the pitch. I've made my last 4 changes now, so Rom has come on at left wing back. Net's very, very tired. I've not spoken about this lad we brought in on loan. On the final knockings of the transfer window, my assistant manager signed him on loan. So he's coming on, fresh pair of legs in midfield. Reitz has come on there as well. He's been knocking on my door, wants more game time. So he's on the pitch as well. And we have about 20 minutes now to try and get hold of this game. I'm very, very disappointed we've let 2 goals in. Very, very disappointed. The substitutions have not yet gone through, so hopefully they will do quickly, because Pabiga in midfield has already given the ball away for one of their goals. He's looking very, very tired. And can we put this ball out of touch so we can get the substitutions done? Please? Because if we're not careful, we're going to concede a third here. So the tie is 3-3 on aggregate up to now. And to be honest, you know, if we're struggling to beat a team like Copenhagen, then we don't really have much chance in the knockout stages, do we? But Glock there, lovely ball forward to Leonardo. Can he finish it? No, he can't. But Collado can, and that's in the back of the net for 3-2. The smile's back on my face. Can we hold on to this? About 15 minutes of the game to go now. Lovely ball from Mudrich. Oscar Glock there, ball to Leonardo. He was closed down by 3 players, but then those 3 players converging on Leonardo left Collado on his own in the back of the net. And yes, we do want to make those substitutions, thanks. About 10 minutes of the game to go now. Made a little bit of a tactical change. So Serdar has gone to DM now. I pulled Glock back, and we're on a cautious mentality now. In fact, I think we might go time wasting. So I've dropped the tempo, put time wasting in there. Let's confirm those changes and see if we can hold on to this now. See if these lads can actually do the job for us. Win this game 3-2, 4-3 on aggregate. Copenhagen are coming forward again. And he's balling. Oh, and Simon makes a really good save. But we'll let the Copenhagen player there run all the way into the penalty area unchallenged. But can we do this now? 4 minutes of time added on. Are we going to get any more highlights? No, we're not. And we're through to the knockout stages. We're up with the big boys. And that's more money in the coffers. And like I say, more money for me to spend in the transfer window. And of course, all the lads are going to get a nice pat on the back now. If we'd have lost that game, oh my word, they would have got the worst end of my tongue. But we nicked it, and I'm a happy man now. Not happy with the 2 goals we conceded, but I'm a reasonably happy man. So, we're back to the bread and butter now. It's the league. Let's just have a quick look. Like I said, we're not top anymore. Bayern Munich are. So let's have a quick look at the league. And as you can see there, Bayern Munich are doing their usual. They're just steamrolling everybody. Their form, last 5 games, won everything. We have stuttered. 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, with 2 points behind them now. There is a nice gap between us and Dortmund, however, so second place is no disgrace. I mean, if we just have a look at what Bayern are doing at the moment, I mean, just look at this. You know, yes, they've dropped 1 or 2 points there. Champions League phase there, they had a draw. And weirdly, against Cologne, They had a 1-1. But other than that, I mean, just look at all these green dots. Nobody can keep pace with them. And the goals that they're scoring as well, 4-3, 4-6, 3-5. Nobody can keep pace with them. Okay, so I'm going to go and play Freiburg off camera now, and then we'll be back for the quarter-final of the DFB Pokal, and we'll see you in the dugout for that one. Well, welcome to Hamburg for this DFB Pokal quarter-final, and we have just played that Bundesliga game. Nice, comfortable win in that one. Unfortunately, Bayern Munich won their game as well, so we are still in second place. Anyway, down to today's game. So it's Simon in goal, back four of Nets, Pavlovic, Schürz and Fresneda. We have Neuhaus at DM today, Pabiga and Koku in midfield, Modric, Collado out on the wings with Leonardo up top. And we're underway. So we are playing Hamburg at this moment in time, our third in Bundesliga 2. So we're playing a second division team today. This one should be a very easy win for us. I wouldn't really expect anything different, but it is the cup, and you know, you never know. Football, as I say, is a funny old game. Ball forward there from Pabiga, very, very loose. Pavlovic does pick that ball up though. Nets, Pabiga, and Modric now on to... Oh, Modric is making a good run there, and everybody missed his run. Ball forward there, Koku, Fresneda, lovely ball in the box. And that was a cert goal. Came off the frame of the goal and straight back into the keeper's arms. Please tell me that's not how today's going to go. Anyway, the ball's given away. Modric. Ball over the top. And we don't pick that one up. Collado is running for it though. Into Fresneda. Fresneda is going to have a shot here. Oh my word. And that deserved a goal. So Hamburg having the best of the early exchanges, and we have had a couple of shots, but neither of them went our way, unfortunately. Moving into the half-hour mark now. Maybe need to give them a little bit of a shout, give them a shout of encouragement. We're making a lot harder work of this game than I thought we were going to do. Fresneda down this right-hand side. Can he show his Wonderkid status here? Ball into the box. And the ball gets headed away. So Hamburg streaming forward now, trying to get this ball in the box, which they have. I mean, far too many players left unmarked there, and we're 1-0 down in the quarter-final of the DFB Pokal, and that is absolutely awful. Two great chances. We should have been winning this game 2-0, and the one chance that Hamburg get, and it's in the back of the net. Nets now, Pabiga, can somebody make something happen? And of course, Neuhaus with a tremendous shot that the keeper tips over the bar. Nets with the corner now. Corner gets swung into the near post. Again, we don't get ahead on that. Our corner's absolutely awful. Pavlovic should be getting his head on that corner every single time, and he never does. I wouldn't mind 50-50 even. Never gets his head on them. Half time, we're losing 1-0. You've been terrible so far. Please, please sort it out. I'm sick and tired of seeing these Jekyll and Hyde performances. We just scored 7 goals in the Bundesliga. We just scored 5 goals in the last one. We're now losing to a Bundesliga 2 team. Can you slide that in? Well, thank you. For once, somebody actually can put that round thing between the 2 white sticks. But Modric does get us. I'm very frustrated. I think you can tell by my commentary. Really frustrated with this. These Jekyll and Hyde performances are really beginning to get on my nerves. Right, can we now, please? Come on. I'm demanding more. You're not going to be let off the hook here. We need to be beating this team. I want to see 4 goals. 4-1 final score. Is it going to happen? Not at this rate, it's not. Okay, 65 minutes, 3 substitutions. Taking both my wingers off. They were playing very, very well, but very tired. So Reece Nelson has come on. I've put Guy Carez over on this wing here as an out-and-out winger. He can play that position. And Glock has come on as a very forward-thinking, advanced playmaker. let's see if we can nick this game in the final kind of half an hour or so. We're going to give them another demand more. And the game is really swung our way now. It's all Gladbach now, and Hamburg are getting absolutely pummeled. We do get a corner now. 85 minutes. Nets. Can somebody please get the head on this corner? And what have I just been saying about corners? We never score a goal from a corner. And Pavlovic being the main culprit. But what does he do here? For once, he gets between the two defenders, heads the ball in the back of net. It's 2-1. We now need to go a cautious mentality. And I need to give them a little bit of encouragement. We're all over them. And oh, Pabega there. Very, very near. A few minutes left on the clock. Final two changes. I've dropped Glock back now to more of a DLP, and Rom and Serda have come on just to try and tighten that defence up. Both defensive-minded players. Can we actually sneak this one now? 2-1 at Hamburg and get into the semi-finals? Yes, we can. That's a brilliant win, although with reservation, because I am very frustrated about the Jekyll and Hyde nature of this team. But we are going to do them, you know, well done, lads. Good win for us. And we move into the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal. So a quick look at the schedule just to see how we have been performing. We had that 4-1 reverse against Eintracht Frankfurt. We had the Copenhagen 1-1. Then we beat Heidenheim 7-0 in the Bundesliga. But then a very, very close, tight game against Copenhagen in the return. Beat them 3-2. Then we beat Freiburg 5-1 in the game I played off camera. And then a very narrow victory against Hamburg to get us through to the semi-finals of the DFB Pokal. And that was a 2-1 win. Okay, with the next episode just around the corner now, there's not going to be much off-camera, game time, because the Champions League round of 16 is coming up very quickly now, and those will be shown on camera. Not sure who we're playing yet, but we do need to try and get this little Jekyll and Hyde thing out of our system. We need to stop letting these goals going in, you know, where we're having to come from behind and whatever. We are capable, as we've seen, of putting 5-7 goals past people, but we do seem a little bit Jekyll and Hyde, and we need to cut that out. And we're getting some nice money in at the moment. The DFB Pokal is bringing money in. Champions League is certainly bringing money in. The bank balance is looking nice. And if the board say to me at the end of the season, here's another 50 million to go and spend, I can certainly find a couple of players to bring in to little areas that I'm looking at the moment that are not quite right and that would tighten the team up. Anyway, all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you very, very shortly now. Like I said, there's not going to be much played off camera. We'll be coming back for the Champions League, so lots to look forward to. We'll see you very shortly.